Ooh. We got Pink Floyd. Is there anybody in there? Pink Floyd. Should we just all sing it together? Chili's watching his 3D printer. The reason that you have those is so that you can go away and do something else while it's doing it. Yeah, they're cool to watch, I guess. Hey, no ads. Uh-oh. Guess I'm not making any money tonight. Few people got ads, or I showed up and they just left. I think that number goes down though because people get ads, so they're technically not here watching. So that number will come back up once the ads go away. I think that's what happens there. I don't know. For the longest time, I was convinced that people were like waiting for the show to start, and then when they saw who it was, they were like, "No, I'm out of here." Oh, how is everybody's week? How's everybody doing? Oh, I'm on your computer. You have ad blocker. Yeah, thanks. You owe me a quarter. It's not even a quarter. You owe me 7 cents or what? Yeah, it is. I don't take pennies. Pennies aren't, well, they are actually. I was going to say pennies aren't legal currency anymore, but they are technically. Um, but if you're paying cash, it rounds up to the nearest five. So you got to pay me a dime. What's up, Tony Lopez? How you doing, my friend? Haven't seen you for a bit. Happy early Thanksgiving. No, it's actually late Thanksgiving, Tony. Real Thanksgiving was like a couple weeks ago. Real Thanksgiving. That's funny. Waldrop's here. He wasn't sure he was. Well, he was going to be late because he had something to do, but he's right on time for this show. Missed the premiere though of its actual project video went out into the world today. I think it's only my second or third one this year. It is plywood though, so it doesn't really count. Good call. Happy Australian Federation of the Declaration of Convicts Day. See, that sounds like a day you guys might actually have. Sounds like you're making it up, but it also sounds like a day that might exist. Chili, do you come from a long line of convicts? I think all white people in Australia come from a long line of convicts. That's not true. Well, depending on how back their lineage goes in Australia. No, my family paid to come here. See, that's what I mean. So you're not from the original white Australians. Unless I guess they needed guards and stuff too, probably, when they shipped the convicts over there. So even some of the people from the original batch of white folks that went to Australia, I guess technically are not from a line of convicts. This is a history lesson tonight. Come here to learn. You can learn all about the history of Australia on this show. Oh. New addition to the shop. Oh, look at Mr. Waldrop and his global gallivanting. I've been there twice. For free, both times. They got back from Australia and he got a free Laguna lathe. Oh, in the Navy. Well, you got paid even to go there then. Didn't just go for free. You got paid. Paul was on a I think you were on submarines, weren't you, Paul? Paul was on a submarine parked offshore, making sure that the convicts didn't escape. Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's how that went. Paul is that old. He was parked in a submarine offshore after they shipped all the convicts there, monitoring. Kyla is at her desk cutting vinyl, working on a few projects today. Right on. I was working on a few projects today. Project is kind of hard to... I was making a calendar. Oh, the Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff 2023 calendar. I was working on layout for today. And I made a couple of pens earlier and edited that video. So that's a project. Edited and uploaded that video. Moved a bunch of files around where they needed to go and put together IKEA furniture all weekend. Had a guy. Well, since you don't make furniture anymore, that's I guess that's how you're going to get new furniture. He's slapping some walnut tops on that IKEA furniture this time, or no? Or just straight melamine? Laminate. Whatever that coating is that they put on IKEA furniture. Yeah, that's not, some IKEA furniture is made out of actual wood, right? I don't think I've ever seen any, but I've heard that some IKEA furniture is actually made out of like real wood. I mean, I guess even that particle board garbage that most of it's made out of is real wood. It's just processed into little chips and bits and then glued into stuff. TV wall unit wife picked out. It's all plastic and cardboard. Yeah, slap a walnut top on that bad boy. Like you did in the kitchen there. The coffee station got a big walnut slab top, didn't it? Should all match. You should tell her. Like, doesn't really match the coffee station. Should probably slap a chunk of walnut across the top of that. But in order for you to do that, you'll need to buy a domino for some reason. See? I got you. Anybody else making anything? Waldrop bought a bed from IKEA for the daughter because she didn't want me making her one. Overpaid for it, and then 2 years later, it's crumbling apart. Well, yeah. There are some things that you can get away with buying, like RTA, IKEA style. My bookshelves, they're not IKEA, but they're essentially the same thing. I got them at Canadian Tire. They're the same garbage. And they're bookshelves. They hold books just fine. They don't, once they've got books on them, they don't move. Like I've moved them a couple of times from house to house, kind of a thing. But like, bookshelves, little coffee stations in the kitchen, stuff that isn't getting a lot of work. If it's gonna suit your purpose, sure. But bed, no. Like chairs, no. I mean, I bought cheap, crappy chairs, Canadian Tire again, and yeah, but they're all wonky now. Like the joints are coming apart, and somebody went through one of them one time, and yeah. Post photos of the teacher's gifts I'm making when I'm done. Okay. Did you see my post about the mahogany bed my wife bought from? Oh yes, she did. I did see that. The mahogany, and then you cut it open or something, right? And it was just yeah. That sucks. If you're trying to pass yourself off or your stuff off as solid wood and it's not, that's different than like IKEA. That is not. They're not pretending. I don't think. I don't think they're trying to pretend like their stuff is high quality. They apologized but didn't do anything to resolve the issue. Well, then it's not really an apology, is it? It was more like, sorry you found out. That's bad business. I'm sorry you caught me lying to you. Yeah, basically. Oh, sorry about that. Real simulated mahogany. Was mahogany in quotes when you bought it? Was it a mahogany bed? Probably not. They probably just straight up lied to you. Oh, I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. I'm not making anything tonight. I'm taking a Monday night off from making. I think I'm ahead of things. Well, I'm definitely ahead of things compared to how I usually am for markets. 3 weeks out from the only market I'm doing this year, and I'm at probably 20 pens, a half dozen bottle stoppers, half a dozen bowls, a couple of charcuterie boards I still have from the last time. I'm well ahead of the game, so I'm taking a night to just hang out. We'll have some bevies. We'll talk about a couple of things. I need some ideas for calendar dates, because not only can I do the photo on the top of the calendar, but I can put things in the dates. So I've got a list of dates that I'm going to highlight for like anniversaries and stuff. And if you guys have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Let's just get right into that then, I guess, since I've already talking about it. Obviously, I have to put out... oh, what's that? I'm about to head out to make some of the snowmen. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, those are fun. Those are great. Snowmen and gnomes. Quick little Christmas projects. They're great. Who was that? Chris Seymour? I don't know that I know that name. Welcome to the show, my friend. Bring us with you. Put me on your phone, and you can come and you can listen to us while you're out turning snowmen. When you changed the finishing process and got custom grit custom grit is already on here. Okay, let's go on. Let's go to the current list. Current list of dates for the calendar. Longer beams here. welcome back. Okay, so obviously I have to put like the channel launch day, or like the day the first video went up, needs to be on there. I've got lathe injury day, the day that my lathe bit me. First special guest appearance of my boy Sven. My first live show should probably be noted on there. Burning myself with a branding iron, I believe was a Pinnell suggestion when we were chatting about possibilities on Facebook Messenger. I was going to put my birthday on there. I was going to put Pinnell's birthday on there too, just for fun. The day that Pinnell became moderator of my YouTube channel, I think, is worth celebrating. Podcast launch should probably be on there, even though podcast is on hiatus and may or may not ever come back. Sven's birthday, Mrs. Wooden Things and Stuff's birthday. The day that Custom Creations became the first product supplier of the channel. And first guitar are the days that I had. And then over on Patreon, Scott suggested a couple more. He said, when I got my first lathe and when I got the Laguna 1216. So those are a couple more that I could tack on. I'd like to hear what anybody else thinks in terms of days that you think should be recognized on the calendar in terms of the print. Adequate Bowl Day, maybe. Yeah, Adequate Bowl. Adequate Bowl is a good idea. When you install the Wolverine kit. See, that's the thing, is somebody said something about like the shop stool day, and I was like, well, I can't put a date that doesn't exist yet on next year's calendar. But the date that Pinnell was no longer moderator, I could like foresee a day. I could just like pick a day where he gets fired. 5K subscriber. I might, probably not the day that I got 5K. Yeah, that's a good idea. I wouldn't be able to probably pinpoint it to the actual day that I got 5,000 subscribers, but I could do like the day I started celebrating 5,000 subscribers, which would have been like the start of the giveaway. I'll put it down as an idea. Not to change the subject, voting got messed up at the GGBO again this year. Well, how could it get messed up? Because it was only the people who participated in the contest that got to vote. So how could they have screwed that up? One guy was pissed because he got no votes at all. Well, wouldn't he have at least voted for himself? Bandsaw Finger Day. I had that idea, but I don't remember the day, and it's never been a video. So I'm not sure I could accurately pinpoint when that happened. Segmented Bowl Day. Segmented, yeah, first. That's how I should do it. I should start thinking about all the firsts. Segmented Bowl Day. Yeah, that's a good call. Retirement Day. Bandsaw Finger Day was Saturday for you. McGill, you hit your bandsaw? Like just this past Saturday? But I have footage of it. Oh, I guess I could look at the file name. Okay. It's a weird thing to put on a calendar when like there's no reference for that really, except for the fact that I've talked about it. I'll think about that. Just a fraction of a second. Yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. I get right. I got You're probably not going to see it. Maybe you can see it. Still a scar right there at the tip of the middle finger. Mr., Mrs., and Junior Wood and Things and Stuff birthdays. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. They're already on there. Marv, make no mistake, all of these are weird things to put on a calendar. Well, it's my calendar, and I can put weird things on it if I want. You want to make your own calendar? You can put whatever days on it that you want. You should make a calendar, Marvo. You had enough beauty photos. You could make a Marvin Beatty photography calendar. That'd be great. You could sell some of those. Stanifer's the worst day every day. Every day says, just remember, Stanifer's the worst. On every day on the calendar. Marv could have some really nice calendars. Yeah, I know. Marv would have really, really nice calendars. I have two Marvin Beatty prints that I have yet to frame. And I haven't even taken them out of the box yet because I'm not ready to frame them because I don't know where they're going to live. But when I do. See, we already sold you one calendar, Marv. Tyler wants to buy a calendar. There's one. Waldrop's got one too. Pinell's the second worst. No, I think we figured out that Lenzen was the second worst, didn't we? Or no, Lenzen's not allowed to win anything. I can't keep track of who's the worst. Well, other than, I can't keep track of who's the second worst through, like what the list is after Stanifer. Some more firsts. Oh, that's right. Beckham is the second worst, right? Because he just keeps winning all the things. Goblet Day. Sitting up there on the shelf. We should probably have Goblet Day. What else? We got other firsts. Could do not segmented. Lidded Bowl Day. We got Lidded Bowl Day. Let's put that down. First Lidded Bowl Day. Segmented Bowl Day. We already got somebody mentioned segmented bowl. Guitar, obviously. Epoxy Day. I don't really want to celebrate that, my friend. That they looked cool. I will give them that. They did look cool. But damn. Just a huge hassle. Sticky, gooey mess. And I don't know that I'd want to celebrate that day. Just going down the list from 21. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, could do that. Starbond Day. Well, I thought about Starbond Day. But this is a permanent thing that's going out into the world. Like a physical permanent thing. And so Starbond has never paid me. They've sent me free glue. They've never paid me. And they weren't my first product supplier, which are like Scott as my first like channel supporter via product should certainly be on the celebration list. But like, what if I have a falling out with Starbond at some point and I don't want to celebrate the fact that they were supportive? Then I've got a physical thing out in the world that celebrates them. So I don't know. The day you made the mortise is simultaneously too big and too small. Can we figure out a way to shorten that so that it like it doesn't take up the entire box on the calendar? Almost putting a router bit through your hand day. Wooden leg woodworking has a really good memory, unless you just recently watched that. Wow, that's Schrodinger's mortar. Yeah, however you say that guy's name. Yes, Schrodinger's mortis. Router bit. Let's call it router bit mishap day. Does that? Because I think that really is the only. Is it? Is it accurate to say that's the only router bit mishap I've ever had? That's the only router bit mishap I've ever gotten on video. Watched it when it first came out. Wow, that was an early one. You've been around a long time, my friend. How come you don't show up to the lives very often? I recognize the name, but I think I recognize it from Instagram. I hate router bit mishaps. Yeah, they're not fun. The first ever router bit mishap I had was like well, not well before, but a while before I started recording videos. And I had this cheap, crappy, old, like benchtop router table thing with an old, crappy router in it. And it was just garbage, but I didn't know any better. So I'm putting a piece. I think I was just doing a roundover on the edge of something, and something started sounding a little bit odd, and I quickly figured out that the router bit, same kind of thing as the router bit mishap day that we're talking about, it had started vibrating out of the collet. But I'm just new, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do here. And so I took the piece of wood away, and the router bit came up and flew out at my face, and I Jedi'd it out of the way. Like it was coming at my face, and I Jedi like lightsabered it out of the air and like knocked it across the room with the piece of wood that I had just taken away. And it's just yet another example of how ninjistic I am. Because I am also, when I put my finger into my bandsaw blade, I got it out faster than anyone the hospital had ever seen. I won least amount of damage done by a bandsaw at the local hospital. And I was pretty impressed with myself for like lightsabering the router bit out of the air as it was coming at my face with the piece of wood that I had previously been routing. I use a lot of flush trim bits. I hate it when the set screw works its way out and the bearing goes drifting. Yep. I stuffed lots of templates and guitars that way. My current guitar had a slight router bit mishap. But it was basically like, it was so minor, I don't even remember exactly what happened right now. But it was, well, two things. When I was flush trimming the neck to the template, and I got around to the butt of the neck, and it caught the end grain and grabbed and like ripped a chunk out of the butt of the, but that's going to be like hidden within the guitar anyway. And then there was something happened when I was routing the truss rod groove. I don't remember, but it was so minor that it was just like, oh. Okay, well, I guess that happened. Yeah. Routers are sketchy. Had bits slip on the CNC. Yeah, well, You're like you could be all the way across the other side of the room though. That ain't scary. The one that was coming at my face was scary. Like I walked out of the garage after that. I was like, after I got celebrating, like to myself, that I Jedi'd that thing out of the way of my face. I was like, you're done for the day, dude. Still ruins a project. Yeah, well, yeah. It's true. It's true. Maybe it was getting you back for dropping it on your phone. That's a fair number of days. I bet we could find some more. Bet we could figure out some more. I don't really want to do too many from live shows because then I have to go find them. Like, and the live shows are titled like live November 12th, probably a bowl. And so like, if I don't remember exactly what Chili, I swear to God, if you don't start listening, first resin pour day, Chili says, just had a whole conversation about how I don't really want to celebrate that. Because it sucked. Take your eyes off the 3D print and pay attention to the show. Do it November 22nd, the day that Chili was admonished for failing to listen to the show. Chili doesn't listen day. November 22nd. I like that. Chili doesn't listen. November 22nd. Beauty. Oh boy, it is November 21st. Stop using Australian dates. November 21st is Chili Doesn't Listen Day. Not sure it'll make it out of the calendar, but I like it. What else? What else? That's a pretty good list. What do we get? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. That's an average of 2 a month. I don't know that they're probably not all going to be equally spaced. But that's an average of 2 like day anniversary days per month. On top of like the calendar is automatically gonna come with, you know, the major ones, Christmas and etc. Should I put both? I should probably put both Canadian and American and probably Australian, like, celebratory days. Because, like, those are probably the 3 places that I have the most peeps. So we could do, yeah, let's do this. Let's American, Canadian, Australian holidays. I'll hit up Chili and Kyla and ask them for like the major ones, because I'm not gonna put all of them. I'm not gonna put like the day that the Sydney dock workers strike day or something like that, if they celebrate that kind of shit. But like Australian Independence Day or whatever. Are you guys actually independent yet? I don't know. Like we have Canada Day. Do you have Australia Day? Australia Day. Yes. And they have like Wombat Appreciation Day, obviously. Crocodile Dundee Day. The day that Crocodile Dundee 1 was released in theater. Good call. They probably do celebrate that. I think we should all celebrate that. That was an important day. They probably observe like Steve Irwin Day, which would be either his birthday or the day he died. Dave Mike got his guitar out and started singing day. Like the first ever spontaneous concert day. That's not bad. First guitar performance day. I like that. If I can figure out when that was. Gotta figure this out pretty quick though, because I want to get this order in to get these calendars so that if anybody wants them. God, that would be a huge. That would suck a lot if I went through all this hassle of making this thing and then nobody wanted one. And I end up with like 30 calendars of myself. Meh. But I want to get them ordered so that I could get them to people if they wanted them, like either before or around the beginning of the year. The anniversary of the Tragically Hip forming a band. It's a Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff calendar. That's a fantastic idea. Can I pre-order a calendar? The pre-order for the calendar will be going on Patreon as soon as I have a design, because I want to show people like what it actually looks like. And it'll go on Patreon. Well, it'll go everywhere. There's no point in like making it a Patreon like special release and letting you guys have first dibs, because there aren't going to be 50 people who want this fucking thing. So like, let me get the design down and put, there will be a pre-order, because I want to at least figure out approximately how many I should get. So I'll do a pre-order for like a week. To get a general idea of whether I need 10 or 30. And yes. Can I put your pay schedule in there? Sure. It's already in there. It's in there by default, my friend. Vistaprint already knows. It's already labeled. One of the things Pinnell said earlier today when we were talking about it, it's like, you could put your YouTube release schedule up on your calendar. I'm like, dude, I can't even plan like a month ahead when my videos are going to come out and what they're going to be. Like a year worth of release schedule? Come on. I mean, I guess if I said, I mean, that would be a hell of a resolution, wouldn't it? It's like if I said that hypothetically, even if I said like every other Friday, a video is going to release, and I just put video release day on there, like, that's commitment. That would be a serious commitment to like force myself to put out a video every other week. But you know what would happen, right? Like if I did that, I'd be like, oh, damn, I have to have a video that comes out this Friday. Hey, everybody. This is a really good Sharpie. I recommend that you buy Sharpies. Thanks for watching. Like, it would be that kind of garbage. Not that I've never done that before. Could be 2 days a year. That could be Mike used a hand plane in 2021 day. I use my hand planes lots-ish. Thank you very much. I used my number 45 in that video that just came out today. So there. Totally didn't need to, but I did. I used this guy yesterday, and it's brand new. I only used it yesterday because it's brand new, and I was just trying it out for the video of me opening it up, but still. Quality of the weekly videos would not be up to the standard of these live streams. Well done. Well done. Yeah. I do want to do like a few more, like was it a couple years ago that I did way more of sort of those quick talky ones where I'm like, this is my favorite tool right now. And I talked about like a couple of my saws and a couple of my planes, and I think I did my DeWalt sander even, was like, this is my favorite tool right now, this DeWalt sander. It's great. I use it all the time. Thanks for watching. Kind of thing. Because honestly, those videos, those do better than like my actual project video. This project video that came out today, I guarantee you will have less views on it over the course of the next month than the block plane. I opened up my new block plane video the week before. Guarantee in 2 months, that block plane video will be like at 4 times as many views as the project that I just put up. It'll probably be at 3 times as many people as watched me take 5 months to make a guitar. I need a good hand plane for general flattening, but I know nothing about them. You should do a video on different types of hand planes and their intended uses. Okay, I will, but that information is pretty available. I mean, I would prefer that you got that information from Shannon Rogers. To be honest, I mean, I could absolutely do like, what do I use my different planes for? Personally, what this is my plane collection, and this is what I use them for. Might be worth doing for people because I might use them a little bit differently. But in terms of like the general, what should you use which planes to do? I mean, don't come here to learn, right? But yeah, I'm not averse to doing like, these are my hand planes and this is what I do with them. And this is why I use which one when. Don't come here to learn. Yeah, that's right. Mike ran for city council day. Okay. I mean, but would it be, okay, so if I'm going to do that, would it be the election day? Like the day that I didn't get elected would be that? Or would it be the day that I announced that I was running for city council? Or would it be the day that the video goes out of me making these signs? Because that might be next week. We'd have to decide what Mike runs for council means in terms of a date. The day I put my paperwork in. If you make videos on them, do they turn into tax write-offs? They're already tax write-offs. I mean, tax write-offs. They are a business expense. That, yes, what I pay for the tools goes against my income for the year from my business and makes it so that I pay less taxes from my business. Yes. You have to make money to write it off the taxes owed. Well, essentially, if I spend if I spend more money on tools than I make from the shop, then my business made $0 for the year. So I don't pay tax from my income for that year. Kind of. Let's not get way into it, because I'm not entirely sure. But basically, like, the more I spend on tools and my business, the more my business has to make before I start paying taxes. On my income from the business. Works the same way in the US for taxes. Yep. Yeah, it's a... I mean, why do you think that business people are rich? Not all business people are rich, but generally, successful business people are, because they don't pay a lot of taxes, because they're putting a lot of money back into their businesses, which creates equity for them, which et cetera, et cetera. PSI pen chuck fail day. I don't know that I'd be able to say exactly what day that was either, because I wasn't filming that. Funnel day? Did I actually go through the bottom of a bowl on video? I mean, I've done it, not on video. I don't know if I've done it on video, though. Have I? Because funnel day would be a good one. Can reduce taxes to 0, but spending more after that does not generate a refund. Yes, true. I'll put a question mark beside council run. If I can figure out which day would be good. Like, Mike doesn't get elected to council is a perfectly fine name for a day. And then I know what day that was. We'll change that to Mike doesn't get elected. Like that better. The day I first came to your video channel day, Kapla day. Do you know what day that was? Because I sure don't. You're not that important. I'm going to have to go through, like, I know approximately when Pinnell came on as moderator, but I think I'm going to have to go through like a couple of months worth of live videos to catch the one where I was just like, oh man, I need to make somebody a moderator. Like, Pinnell, do you want to like take control of these bots? Like, I'll give you the wrench. I remember that happening, and I remember about when it happened. Don't start with business. I don't even have to go all the way to my beer fridge today. I wish I knew what day the Mike versus JND spat started. Like when we became Nemesis. Because like Mike versus Jack's day would be a great day to have on the calendar. But I would have no way of establishing when that was, because I don't even remember if it was on my show or on his show that happened. J&D can't turn walnut day. No, he can put that on his calendar. This is my calendar. I could put Mike versus J&D day if I could figure out when the Nemesis started. I don't think I'd ever be able to do that. Mike shaves on camera day? No, that can't happen. This is my identity. This is where my power comes from, Kapla. I'm like Samson. Wait, is that even him? Is he the guy that like got his hair cut and then he wasn't him anymore? It's a mythology thing. It's been a long time since I studied mythology. If people look different with no beards and haircuts. Yeah, you look like a fool. I had a video chat with Scott a week ago. I was like, dude, no, I don't like it. Grow something back, like one or the other or both, like just people at Vistaprint are going to be like, what the fuck is this? I'm not even sure there are people at Vistaprint. I'm pretty sure the computer takes what I sent, makes it into a PDF file, and it goes straight into a printer. And then the thing binds it and sends it. I'm not sure there's anybody like a physical person involved in this process. Chili shaved? Yeah, Chili shaved and got a haircut. Yeah. He looks so dumb. The rest of us have no idea what the others look like. It's true. I know what a few of you look like. I have either met in person or virtually a half a dozen of you. Most of you, I don't know what you look like, though. He looks great. No, he doesn't. You just have to say that. You have to, or he'll get mad. Or, yeah, no, like, come on. My buddy Bernard ordered a shirt. What is this? And, oh, it's going now. And it was messed up. They said they would fix it, and the new one came, and it was the same thing. I know what Tyler, Paul, Chris, and Mike looked like. Chili, do you still have the Instagram show in the evenings? Yeah, I think so. I think you're still on the show with the pen bloke and Vippin, aren't you, Scott? You still doing that? Did that for a living before you were setting up pagination. Oh yeah, cool. You were a stripper before you went into the Navy? You finished for the season. Oh, you're doing seasons of this show. Okay. Chili, yeah, I guess Chili doesn't want a beard comb. Well, he has no use for a beard comb. Because for some reason his wife thinks that he looks good without a beard. She's wrong, but, you know, whatevs. How is that campaign going there, Tyler? Have you sold many of those that you've produced? For those of you who do not know, I look respectable, thank you. Yeah, sure, if you're going for a job interview at an office, but we both know you're not. Tyler, there it is. I've raised almost $300 with beard combs. Okay, so Tyler is selling beard combs in the shape of a mustache out of 3 different kinds of wood. Help me out, Tyler. Is that walnut? Mahogany? Some kind of mahogany? Maple? I think. What are they? We did like $20 each? What are you selling them for? Walnut, maple. Yeah, maple, walnut, mahogany. Okay. What are you selling them for? How can people get them? He's a Movember fundraiser that he is going to take the money and then send out to other people who are doing Movember fundraisers, because apparently that is what he decided to do. I don't know why he didn't just set up his own, but it's fine. We need some more details, Mr. Peterson, so that people can help you if they want. 20 to 25-ish, it's a donation. Okay, fair enough. Get in touch with him over on Instagram, TP Guitars. He's got pictures of them up over there. You send him some money, he'll send you a comb. That money will go to a charity through somebody else. We can trust each other. We're all good people. Except Stanifer. That might have been over the line. I'm sure he's a good people. He's just the worst. So, one of my resolutions this year was merch. It was a carryover resolution from last year. So before the end of the year, I will have a calendar, coasters, and possibly where is it? Right here. Possibly keychains that I am going to make out of, theoretically, I'm going to make them out of homemade walnut plywood that I make with the veneers that Tyler gave me for my birthday. I'm going to try to make homemade walnut plywood out of those veneers and make that into those little keychains. We can all meet face to face after next week's show on Zoom. Do we want to do that? Haven't we had enough of each other by that point? By the end of a show? Do you have stock in Zoom? Like, you're on Zoom a lot. Can join Zoom? We could. Yeah, he's inviting us. We should totally do a Zoom meetup. You're right. We should. We should figure out a reason and a time that works for a lot of people. Well, a reason. Doesn't have to be a good reason. But yeah, like a Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff Zoom meetup. There should be a reason for it though. Like either we're going to collaborate on a project or we're going to do shop tours. We could do shop tours of everybody's shop. That would be cool, actually. Well, it's kind of like what I wanted to do with the damn podcast. Is I wanted to have people on to like learn about each other and then put that out into the fucking world. And like 3 of you wanted to do it. So, because I was like, it'd be cool to like record it and then use it as a platform to like show off what you guys are doing and stuff. So we can ridicule you verbally instead of typing insults. Yeah. Exactly. See, Tyler says he'd do the podcast again. Maybe I'll launch the podcast up again because we did that by Zoom. I did that podcast by Zoom. I interviewed people over Zoom. We talked about stuff. And then I like made it into videos to put out into the world. So like it was a good idea. Not enough people were interested. We can do it in person next time. I need to get a second microphone set up and everything. We could, though. We absolutely could. Is people trying to set it up for tonight? If we want, I could launch it when Mike signs off here tonight. Do you guys want to do a Zoom? How maybe I could hop in. Maybe I could hop in on a random Zoom hangout tonight after the show. But see, Kapla is going to have to set it up and then send out invites to everybody. And I mean, cool. If it happens, it happens. That's rad. I love that I've been able to like create this little community of people who likes each other and supports each other and like has fun together and stuff. I love that. Wouldn't think and stuff. Discord would be pretty good. Sure. Let's just put another damn platform up into the world where I have to pay attention. No, he can't add links and things, so it's not going to show up. You'd have to, oh man, you'd have to email it to Pinnell or me. No, you can't do it to me. You can't email me because I can't go into my email and then copy paste it. You could maybe email Pinnell and he might be able to copy paste it into the chat. That sounds like a lot of work. Meeting ID 853? No way. No way that's... Oh, here it goes. Is everybody writing this down? He's putting the code in. 853 6488 2629. And the password is SHSHSS. Okay, there we go. That's a relatively easy way to go about it. Kapla is starting a Zoom chat for after this ends, if anybody wants to go join. I will read it again before we end the show. Somebody remind me. It's live right now. Kapla says he will let people in as they enter the waiting room. I'm not going to tell you the code again right now because we're still doing a show. That's cool though. Maybe I'll come over. Maybe I'll come over and we'll see. And we can actually see each other. YouTube, interesting fact. YouTube has just launched a feature, I guess, is what you would have to call it. I'm not sure what else you would call it. Called Go Live Together. And it's in beta right now. And it's basically this, except you can have guests. So, there's another thing. They're basically, I think they're just trying to snag a little bit of the Instagram live heads thing. You can only do it on mobile. So like, me and Jax couldn't do a show because he doesn't use his phone to do his shows. But there's a possibility that I could have guest appearances on my live show in the future. But I'm not going to do it if they make it vertical video. Because fuck that. Vertical video sucks. But we'll see. I'm gonna pay attention to how that rollout happens and how easy it is to function, like whether or not I can set it up to do, whether I have to set it up to do a live show with one other person and those are the two people who do that live show, or if it can be like, okay, thanks for coming, I'm gonna go on to the next You know, I don't know. We'll see how it rolls out. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go yet. Beer from fridge. But it is a thing that YouTube is finally rolling out. So if it's a thing that works for me, I'm happy to bring it on in terms of a thing that I do. If it is, well, first of all, if it's vertical, suck it. I'm not doing it. If it's horizontal and I can do a split screen with one other person per show, that's something I might consider, because that's basically what the podcast was. If it's like, hey, hop on in, like let me know that you want to come on the show and I can let you in, then yeah, I'm happy to work that into the situation. But we'll see how it goes. Could be Andy Richter to your Conan. Well, no, because be like a sidekick guy, and then the person I would be interviewed. So we need like 3 people, and me interviewing somebody, and then a little sidekick guy off to the side. Bad metaphor. Sit in the corner and giggle. Yeah, like Cremona does on Wood Talk. Oh, he'll never see this. I'm sure he would get a laugh out of that. If he ever did, there's a 0% chance that those guys would ever see this show, but they would have all liked that joke. We wrap this up. If you guys all want to just head over to Kapla's Zoom and do the rest of it over there. I'm not making anything. I don't really have anything to... Do I have anything to... Not really to announce, other than the calendar is coming. Coasters are coming. Possibly keychains are coming. Still haven't made the screens for the shirts. Shop stool is coming. Promise. Nobody believes me at this point. I'm sure they don't. And I don't blame them. But it's going to be called the Unity Bar Stool. And the prototype is going to be replacing the shop stool. But the actual project is the Unity Bar Stool. All right. Later, Paul. Let's wrap it up. Whoever wants to go over to Kapla's Zoom, you can go over there. I may or may not head over and meet you there, but you guys are more than welcome to. I can't tell you what to do with your lives. If you need that number again, it is 853-4488-2629. And the password is SHSHSS. That's your Zoom meeting. If you want to go join it, I might catch you over there. 10th caller wins. I'm going to wait for 8 of you. I'm going to wait for 9 of you to join that room so that I can be the 10th person in and win a prize. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Bye for now.